Welcome to the Tech4Good South West podcast, brought to you by Annie, Alicia, and Ariel. Tech4Good South West has relaunched, and we are on a mission to build momentum for the Tech4Good movement across the South West. Our podcast focuses on conversations with charities, investors, startups, and initiatives to share their stories, challenges, and successes. Our next few episodes are focused on our founding sponsors and their hopes and ambitions for the Tech4Good movement.
Welcome to the Tech4Good South West podcast. I'm Ariel Tai and super excited today to be talking to one of our sponsors, Nathan Baranowski from Digital Wonderlab. If you could start by introducing yourself and telling us about your organisation.
Hi, I'm Nathan Baranowski. I'm from Digital Wonderlab, and we are a full-service agency based in Bradford and Avon. We are a quality business in full. We believe passionately that the world can be more equal by using digital to level the playing field. We provide everything from strategic digital thinking and UX all the way through to developing and designing websites, apps, and software. We work across the UK and with international businesses of all shapes and sizes, from startups to charities to large enterprises who are seeking to do better with digital.
So you're already mentioning there lots of things around social impact and doing better with digital. What's your interest in Tech4Good?
Our interest in Tech4Good really sits in our DNA, really, probably runs through our veins, is the reality. We have always been a strong supporter of it, and we see so many opportunities to advocate the use of technology to create a positive impact. I think too much of the narrative today is either that people can't do things or don't know how to, or that technology is evil. And I really think it's about creating the opportunity to create positive impact, be that in the community or for our planet. But we just think there's huge potential to bring people together to do great things.
We're talking passionately about your organisation and how this impact stuff runs through your DNA. Can you tell me about some of those initiatives?
Yeah, we're a B Corp, and as part of that, we have chosen to socially invest in projects, and we do that in three ways. So for us, we try and open source our knowledge. So how do we advocate and help others so we don't become a powerhouse of technology know-how? So how do we get that out in the world and help others? The other side of that is paying forward. So how can we use our skills and expertise? So be that time, or can we put our hands in our pockets and give money in order to support projects and support them? Most recently, that's been around delivering, often building websites. So we just finished building a website actually for Creative Bath, a local social enterprise, to help them to get out there. And we've done that for free as a pro bono exercise. So lots of things like that is what we do, as well as supporting small charities, particularly in helping them to understand how to use digital. So we do a lot of consultancy or CTO support in order to help them to make sense of how to use tech, and then kind of making sure they're using the right technologies in order to help them.
Wow, super important work. And moving on now to your support of the Tech4Good South West network. So you've come on board as a sponsor, and that's really, really exciting. What are your hopes and ambitions for the Tech4Good South West network? What do you hope it'll be able to achieve?
I think the reality is that everything is very noisy out there. And one of the biggest challenges, I think, for Tech4Good is to help to dampen that noise and help to bring some clarity to the things that are important. I think the other side is that the Southwest, particularly, is a very large place. And it's really a great opportunity to convene and bring the whole of the Southwest community together to break down some of those silos between what is in the north or the south or the east or the west of the region, but also to break down some of those silos between companies. I think the opportunity to bring and bridge community, be that charity or actual communities, together with business and enterprise to help to deliver some of those impacts is really, really key. I think the digital divide and the gap that we have with technology is really, really prominent in the Southwest. And I think a huge opportunity to resolve that, but doing that through great convening and getting people like us to do more, I think is really, really important.
And you mentioned convening a couple of times there. And I do know that you've been a real supporter and you've engaged in a lot of the Tech4Good events and charity digital initiatives here in Bristol, in the Southwest, but also more widely. Why is convening people around this broad topic of Tech4Good So important.
I think it is a broad topic, and I think one of the real challenges with that topic is making sure that people understand what the challenge is. I think one of the key bits when you're trying to make change is that you can create loads of agency, and people, yeah, we must do something about that. But I'm a real firm believer that if you don't have collaboration, then you don't get the firm, sustainable change that you're looking for. In that people don't know how to do it by themselves. So either that's someone saying, "Hey, I've got this need. If only we could solve this problem," or someone saying, "Hey, I've got all these skills and I'd really love to put them to good use." Sometimes that need to convene and help people match together their skill sets or their understanding, whatever it is, I think we've all got something that we can bring to the table in order to support and deliver that real change. So I think helping to bring all aspects of tech for good, be it someone wanting to receipt it, someone who can help to understand some of the challenges within the community, or people who can help solve those problems are so important within the present and particularly in the future.
Well, these are really amazing ambitions. And let's hope that we can, achieve something really cool together. Is there anything else that you want to share or say, Nathan?
I would just say, it's so important that the question that we ask ourselves is kind of what we cannot achieve rather than what we should achieve, and having some bold ambitions. The lovely thing about Tech for Good, and particularly Tech for Good South West, is it's perfectly placed to do pretty much anything. But it's only going to do those things if we come together. It won't happen because the people inside Tech for Good or Tech for Good Southwest do those things. It's there to help, to facilitate and enable. And I think if we put that in mind and we place ourselves forward and put ourselves forward, be that in our ask or be that in our offer, I think there's so much that we could do. And we are ripe to be able to do those things right now, not waiting for another year or 2 years in order to achieve those changes that we want to see in our communities and across the Southwest.
Wow, what a positive note to end on, that really by getting us together, there's just so much potential there. So thank you so much, Nathan.
Thank you.